Welcome back, everybody, to BG Addict as we continue our playthrough of Pool of Radiance. We just completed in last episode Bendor's Library and Podal Plaza. Now we're going to continue on to Cadorna's Textile House. We do have a couple of things that you really want to do if you play the game like I do, which you don't have to do, but I should say what I would like to do. And let's see. Let's see what kind of items we got here. Let's see if any of those weapons are magical. So the easiest way to do that is to just sell. Okay, we don't want to sell that because that's magical. ID, yes. That's magical. Okay, that's not. That's not. That's not. And that's not. Alright, so we've got one. We got one magical longsword. We don't need that. Chainmail's useless. Chainmail plus one is useless item. So we're going to sell that. We are going to keep that longsword plus one. And we're going to buy a plate mail and a shield. And you will see why in a moment. Share items. He's also got a longsword plus one. Or she does, rather. So we don't need both of those, but we'll go ahead and hang on to them for now. And we'll go ahead and leave here. We don't need to train. We don't have anybody that's eligible to level. So let's head back. We're going to make our way over to Cadorna's Textile House. And I'll show you my favorite way to access. And we're going to be getting back into here where we want to clear, I think it's 15 encounters. One thing you have to be careful of in the Textile House is there are undead. Primarily what you're concerned with are the whites because they do level drain. We do have some restoration scrolls, but as you can see, our characters there are fairly up in experience, close to the second level, and if they are to their next level, I mean, and if they get level drained and we have to restore them, they'll lose that. Um, they'll lose a lot of experience. So I think in this case, I think what we're going to do is try to not clear these encounters until we can get some experience. Try to level those guys up first. So let's go in a different way. I think that might be a good idea. Let's go in this way. And we do have our knock spell in case we have to run back up into this area and go into this little area right here to rest, just in case. So let's go into the Cadorna Textile House this way. It puts us closer to the little well that we've got to go to. Okay, so, and I don't know that this is necessary. It would be in pencil and paper, certainly if I was DMing the game, but unequip that plate mail. And I'll go ahead and unequip the shield too, just to be. And you'll see in this next area here, we go down to the 1 square to the south. On the well is a note: thieves only. The well has no rungs or rope and seems very deep. Only a skillful climber could survive the descent. What do you want to do? I want to climb down with Rolf. An old thief stands here. Welcome to my guild. I am Restal. He bows low. You are seeking the textile house. We can get you in unseen and possibly help you with the treasure. Are you interested? Yes, very. A rope is tossed up and the rest of the party comes down. The old thief says, our rules require you to be blindfolded in our guild house, okay? Yes. You are blindfolded and then on a long twisting walk, then up a ladder. Only meet us at the main well. Okay, so let's get his armor equipped. Alright, so what we're going to do first, there's the well we came out of. Let's go west. And let's go in this building. You're in a large room which serves as a crude temple and causes a vague feeling of disquiet. Atop a bone altar stands an ancient hobgoblin. She screams something. Couldn't make that out, but that's okay. So let's unequip the short bow. Let's equip our broadsword and our shield. And let's boom, drop. Okay, now the cleric here, this is a cleric, as you can pretty much assume, being that it's a temple. And one thing keep in mind, always keep in mind when you're fighting a group with a cleric leading it, is that the cleric can cast hold person. Hold person can wipe your entire party. So what you want to do is one of two things. You either want to immobilize the cleric or you want to hit them first. If you hit them first, they can't cast that round, which we did, so that's good. So we're fairly safe. Let's cast Asleep. Go right here. Cast Stinking Cloud. I'm gonna try to get him in a stinking cloud. This is kind of risky because Roland could be nauseated. If that's the case, then I might lose him, but that's okay. Roland he's coughing, so we're going to. Roland's actually. Sleep some more. Alright, so it should be just easy from here on out. Key is taking care of that priest right out of the gate. not sure why that goblin is being so stubborn. There he goes. Alright. Let's detect magic. Items. Okay, magic user scrolls. I always like to see that. Potion, necklace, brass key. We don't need a. We do not need a non-magical scale mail. Alright. Share the gold. And we're all good now. So let's go into search mode. Okay. Probably don't need to be in search mode. I'm going to turn that off. This room has had blood smeared on the floor and walls in a ritual unholy matter. Bash. Graffiti covers the walls in meaningless abandon. You encounter hobgoblins. Not gonna bother with a sleep spell unless I really feel like I need to. Which I don't think I do. These guys only have 6 hit points. Of course, if I don't start hitting somebody, I might. My magic users seem to be the best one at hitting things with darts. We're all taking a significant amount of damage. Okay. Share. Nope. Alright, so let's cast some Cure Light Wounds. Okay, go south, bash. You in a very small, dark room. A muscular man locked in chains lies here. Near him is a page that you place in your journal under entry 47. So let's look up 47. Journal entry 47. A small, wrinkled parchment with roughly scratched notes. Hobgoblins transferred out of a Havo castle, now replaced by giants and trolls. Sounds very tough. Studgenau gate, guarded by bugbears and Edens. Heard Edens didn't like light. It says Heart Edens, but I'm pretty sure it means Heard Edens. Edens didn't like light. Must be charmed or controlled. Sounds tough. Some smuggler sneaks supplies through Studgenau gate to the boss. Must check it out. Overheard hobgoblins say a dragon scared them into leaving a nice lair in the mountains out east. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of creeps. This must be which I know it is. This is probably the guy that Cadorna sent out here to scout. What do you do with the man? We're gonna free him. Unlock with the brass key that we found. Opens all the padlocks. There's a free man here. What do you do? We parlay and we're nice. Thanks for freeing me. I'm Lord Cadorna's servant. Add him to your party. Yes. Great. My name is Skull Crusher. There's a secret door to the southeast. That's where I met the hobgoblin leader. Okay, so this is the other NPC I was talking about that you want to try to keep throughout the end of the game. It took me a little bit of playing this game to figure out how to do that, and I am going to share that with you. First, though, let's look at him. He has absolutely no equipment. So what we're going to do is go to Sylvia. She has a longsword +1 that can become his. We also bought plate mail and a shield for him. Okay, we'll look at his stats. He's pretty strong for a fighter. He's got 1881 strength, he's got 16 dexterity, and 18 constitution. So he is going to be a strong fighter for us. So we're going to equip armor class 0. Alright, so we did good there. So we might as well save it for the heck of it, just in case of a crash or a glitch or something. Okay, so bash, bash. More knob gobblers. Guys are getting weighted down. Like I said before, it looks a little weird with seeing a mage character running up on enemies like that, but she's got some good bracers. She's got good weapons. She got a shield. She can fight halfway decent. It's not putting her too much at risk here. We wouldn't be if it was a tougher fight, but this is just a hobgoblin patrol. So, and I'll talk about here a little bit how to keep Skull Crusher in your party is something you're going to have to remember to do throughout the rest of the game. If you mess up and forget, you got him in your party, you go about life as usual, though you'll lose him and there's no getting him back. I like to keep him. Money they carry. That's why it's weighting us down. We're carrying a bunch of worthless copper. Sometimes it's not even worth carrying that. You were appalled by the stench in this damp building. Several baby hobgoblins flee, screaming in fear. The floor is slippery from dung and reeks of urine. Lovely. Hobgoblins charge screaming. No. Skull Crusher was here, is carved into the north wall. Skull Crusher proudly points out his handiwork. Okay. In the east wall is a secret door, says Skull Crusher. If we go through, we can surprise them. Let's check our spells before we do this. One sleep. One sleep. It'd be best if we rested, but like I said, we want to try to avoid the undead patrols until we get our warriors leveled up, just in case they get level drained. So we're going to go ahead and chance it and go ahead and try to do this fight now. You see, it said it was dimly lit room. You see the chief of the hobgoblins, a huge ogre. As you enter, he rises to his full 10 feet of his height. His head wreathed in the flickering shadows. Puny creatures, he bellows, I allowed you to toy with my minions, but now I will crush the life from your limbs. Alrighty then. Alright, so let's just make sure we've got enough range. Let's cast sleep. It's got 6 movement. Guarding is nice. Sometimes you can kill the first one that approaches you. It's always nice. Alright, and then let's see here. Let's ouch. Skull Crusher. Right. Whole person. target, target, target. That'll help. Rolling's starting to get a little hurt. Arm class 2, I really don't want him tanking the ogre if we can help it. Arm class 0, so she can. Drop the leader. Done. Alright, so we should be able just to quick combat the rest of it. Nope, 99 experience. No magical items. You find an iron box. Across the lock is the seal of the family of Cadorna. Opening the box will damage the seal beyond repair. What do? Take it unopened. Alright, so now what we're going to do is try to get back up to the well without being hit by an undead patrol if possible. Okay, so let's unready his plate and his shield just to be sure, just to be safe. Alright, so we're going to try to climb down. An old thief stands here. Welcome to my guild. I'm Restall. He bows low. We can duplicate the seal on that chest for half the treasure. No one will ever know. Interested? Yes, I am. 900 experience points. Alright, so we're going to... Rolf is the one with the terrible strength. In this treasure is a Gauntlets of Ogre Power. And then we'll just have Marlon take the rest of it. And then, let's see, got 200 platinum, 4 gems, 2 jewelry. That's good. Alright. So let's not forget to ready Rolf's equipment and the shield. His 15 strength becomes 18. He went from our weakest character to our strongest character. So that'll be a big help. So let's do this. Let's exit that. Let's try to get back up to Podal Plaza, to the temple, the hidden temple. Knock. Alright, so let's memorize our spells. Durton can actually memorize Detect Magic. and then do 2 Cure Light Wounds. Hold person. Exit, exit. Yes. Now let's. He had a couple spells here that we don't really need, like Slow Poison, Spiritual Hammer. No, we don't need Fine Traps. We don't need 2 Blesses. We really don't need any. It'll be a nice little buff when we go into combat, though. Let's go Cure Light Wounds. 3 Whole Persons. Alright, Alan, we're going to memorize 3 Sleeps, 2 Stinking Clouds. Actually, that's not quite right. We need to rememorize our knock. Whoop, no, knock. So we can get back in here. We need to. Sylvia. We'll do 5 Cure Light Wounds, 2 Sleeps, 2 Whole Persons, and a Stinking Cloud. Alright, so let's get all of our hit points back. Still don't have enough to level, but what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go back to the city council and turn in the quest and see how that puts us towards our level. Alright, so let's head on out. We're gonna come back to Cadorna's textile house, though. And usually you can talk your way out of combat on those guys, unless you're surprised. As soon as we get into get into the civilized area, I will show you how to make sure Skull Crusher stays in your party. Which is a top priority for me because I like to keep him. Very helpful, cool character. Okay. So I am in the civilized area. And the City Watch stops and removes Cadorna's treasure from your keeping. They tell you that your reward waits with the city clerk. So, we still have Skull Crusher in our party. What we want to do is get out of the habit of just walking over to the east there and going up to the building. We want to go this way to get to the training hall. And it doesn't matter which room we go in. Just pick one. I usually just go right here. You want to remove Skull Crusher from your party. Alright. Begin adventuring. Okay, he's not in the party. Now, if he was in the party and we walk up to the city council building, he will leave immediately. And as soon as you go adjacent to that first square there that we're getting ready to go in, he leaves and he's gone for good. But if you can remember to remove him from your party every time right before you go in there, you can go back and pick him up right after. Just be careful not to go next to this building, next to that first entry way. Okay, so we're checking for a reward. The Counselor Cadorna left payment for some service he had rendered. Here's your reward. 714 experience points. Share. Exit. The clerk shuffles through her papers on the matter of commission. She says, I can offer the following. Okay, the thieves again, the nomads again, the kobolds again, and that's it. Alright, so we didn't get enough to level. So we are going to go back up and get Skull Crusher back. Actually, let's take care of our loot. That always needs to be first, because you don't want to be walking around the town with Skull Crusher and accidentally go one square too far and you end up losing them. Okay, pull by darts. Okay, and let's ID. Perfect. Those are good scrolls. Very good scrolls. ID Cursed necklace. We want to sell that. ID the potion. We have no need for Skull Crusher's brass key anymore. Stone statuette's just a sell item. Alright. That is not magical. It's just to sell. Jewel studded bowl. That's just to sell. Dragon statuette. That's just an item to sell. And that ring is trash. Alright. Let's keep looking through our stuff. Through our loot. Alright. So let's share. See where we're at. Okay, 190 platinum each. Let's we can't camp in the middle of the street. We'll get caught by the guards. But what we're gonna do here is look and see what's on the scrolls. Scribe, fireball. That's good. All right, so let's go ahead and get to an end so we can get to work on that. Okay, magic scribe. Can't do third level yet. We can do first, second. Detect invisibility reduce. Okay, so exit, item, trade. One thing, while I'm thinking about it, one thing I want to point out with your scrolls that have fireball on them, whenever you hit level 5 in Magic User, learn Mat Fireball when you level up. Do not scribe it off the scroll. The reason is because that scroll will be invaluable in one fight coming up in not too distant future. Um, it's very useful to have that extra spell, so you want to keep that scroll that you can cast from. Okay, so we're going to try to scribe whatever she can. See, look at all this restoration. That's going to be handy if we get hit in the textile house or by white or in the graveyard. In my opinion, the graveyard is probably the most fun of any of the um, areas in Flan. Most interesting, anyway. Okay, so let's get back over to the Cadorna Textile House. We gotta be kind of careful there, though. We don't. Our guys are really close to leveling, and we don't want to lose all that experience. And it probably would not be a bad idea at this point um, to go on over to clear the thieves out If you chose to do that, no one could fault you for that, but I'm going to just take my chances. But that would probably be the wise thing to do, but I mean, not from a standpoint of worried of wiping or anything, just losing a bunch of experience points on my fighters. Let's see here. Let's go this way. Well, let's go this way. I don't know why I saved it. Just do. Okay, so we'll go here, go south. Okay, a simple kitchen, a few clay bowls adorn the floor. Remains of a smoldering fire. I didn't catch what that said. You can barely see a dark object to the west. You see a dead hobgoblin with his head crushed. Written in blood is a message. Skull Crusher was here. We didn't get Skull Crusher back. Search. Leave. We'll just wait till we go back and we'll pick him back up instead of taking a chance on running into a undead patrol. Okay. Ghouls, and they are usually accompanied by a white. Yep. Turn. Oops. Let's unready that short bow. Alright, good. Now we're not completely out of the woods because those ghouls can paralyze you. So we're gonna have dirt and turn. Got them all good. And he cast whole person for some reason. I didn't do that. Alright, perfect. That went fairly well. Alright, so we're going to go into this room. Knob gobblers. Sleep. We don't have to deal with a priest again. combat now. Fairly safely. So I'll start surrendering here in a minute. We're all setting up the level now. Okay, no. Share. No magic items. Let's go back up into Poto Plaza. If we can get there without an undead patrol. Or scorpions can be nasty too. Alright, so let's try to get our level up here in Poto Plaza if we can. So we're so close. Okay, not enough yet. 27 orcs. Shit ton of orcs. Like I said before, just trying to get these levels will put us at a lot less risk of losing a ton of experience if we get hit by a white when we're clearing out the Cadorna Textile house. That is the only reason we're doing this. And kind of going in line with what I've said in previous videos, yeah, you can get hit by a white and just reload your game from a save game, but that's not how I choose to play the game. I know that you may want to do that the first time through just to learn the story of the game and stuff, but after you know it and you've played it so many times, you want to try to do it without any wipes if possible. With the balanced party, it's very doable, as you can see in the first 5 videos. I've really had really tough fights. Even the troll battle wasn't difficult. Not using any hacks or watching the other videos. I like to watch other people play this game, and I especially like watching these people experience for the first time because I think it is a great game. They'll talk about how brutal it is, but it all starts with 1, having a balanced party, 2, your magic users having high dexterity. If you do that, it's not brutal at all. Just all has to do with your party makeup. 17 orcs this time. I've got 2 ready to level. Then we go back, before we come back to try to clear out the textile house, we'll have Skull Crusher in our party, which will be helpful. And you'll see a big difference in Rolf now with the 18 double lot strength versus 15. That's a huge difference. And looking forward, that's not going to be the last gauntlets of our ogre power that we find either. There's going to be more, but I'll be honest, I'll probably give it to Sylvia. She has quite a pretty good melee ability, so she could use 18 double lot strength too. The other warriors have pretty high strength already anyway. All right, so we still have Marlin and Roland with just a little bit to go. Okay, this should be a piece of cake. Having good strength on all of your characters is helpful because of the encumbrance issue that is present throughout the game. But the biggest problem is the copper that you find, the copper and silver. It's almost not even worth taking that. If you have problems because your characters have lower strength with carrying all the gold, just don't even bother picking up copper, especially. And I would dare say, don't worry about silver either. It's really not worth it. And it's definitely not worth picking up all that trash in the slums and all those fights. And then constantly going back and forth to the civilized area, back and forth just to sell them. It's just not worth the effort. You do need gold, and most of the time you hear people talk about the economy in the game being broken. It's not really broken. It's that they're playing and reloading and saving. No, they're using the gold box companion to level up, and they're not paying 200 platinum or 1,000 gold every time they level. They're not when they have characters killed, instead of having them res, they're just reloading and starting over. If you do all that, yeah, you're gonna have a gold coming out of your ears early in the game, and I can see where you might think is broken seeing that. But if you play it the way it's intended to be played, it won't be like that. It won't. The economy won't be so wonky at the beginning of the game. Now it will get that way toward the end, but that's okay. When you're almost through it, you're going to leave piles of gold sitting on the sidewalk up at Valhalla Castle. But okay, so we just have Marlin to go, and I think we're accomplishing something else here. I've not quite figured it out. If you clear 15 encounters, Podal Plaza, if they stop coming or not, I'm not sure. I can't remember. Monster stand ready. We got more knob gobblers. Just 8 of them. Boom. That's pretty deadly dart attack. Rolf will hit, I bet. No. Well, I was wrong. Okay. Goblins. 22. And you can see now why I don't recommend having a thief character. Having a having a multi-class thief, fighter thief, you're taking what would be a useless character and just a thief, a next to useless character and a thief, and 18 strength, he can really thin out some big mobs, big groups of mobs, and it's just really helpful. Marlin is not quite there. Orcs this time. One gold box game I have never played is Buck Rogers. Um, I would like to do that because it's a game I've never played. I've only played the Dragonlance games once or twice. I've never been a huge fan of Dragonlance at all. Even when I was young, I tried to read the books. I just couldn't get into it. Forgotten Realms is such a better setting. Um, I think that's the iconic setting for Dungeons and Dragons. It just a lot more interesting to me. Dragonlance never really did that for me. Never really cared for World of Greyhawk either. Gary Gygax wrote that, but I think Greenwood did a lot better job with the Forgotten Realms. He really hit a home run with that. Of course, he invented the Forgotten Realms when he was like what 10 years old or something. He really had a good concept for that entire setting. Wish you could sweep orcs. And you can kind of see when I was talking about party composition, having four characters that do well in melee is a good idea. You can kind of see how every fight we have four in contact with enemies. If it's a long fight, we have four characters on a regular basis that are in contact with enemies, and two that aren't. And those two in the back usually aren't right up on enemies unless you put them there. My cleric mage has about as many hit points as my first fighter there. Pretty sad. Okay, so Marlin can level now. So let's make our way out of here. And then it won't be so risky to go against the undead patrols in the Cadorna Textile House. I don't want to forget to pick up Skull Crusher. Let's go consolidate our gold. CLIV. Haven't been reading all these. CLIV. Be it known the council has proclaimed a generous bounty for each undead killed. Be it also known that in addition to said bounty, the council is willing to provide a special enchanted item useful in the destruction of undead to any group of adventurers which accepts a commission to cleanse Valhalla graveyard. Apply to the city clerk for said commission, which we already did. So much for that. No, we don't want to break in. Okay, should be open now. Pool. Buy. Darts. Join. Ready. No, we don't want to ready. Oh, might as well. Share. Okay, so everybody should have 200 platinum now, so we can go train. Actually, let's rest first. Memorize. 2 sleeps. 3 sleeps. Actually, I'm gonna memorize some magic missiles. No. Magic missile. You can see what a large spell did. It increased our strength up to 1851. That's not a bad spell either. It's just that you need other spells usually, other than enlarge. But that's not a bad spell. So let's go memorize magic missile. The reason we want magic missile instead of sleep is because in the Cadorna Textile House we need to be able to burn down those whites pretty quick, and sleep of course won't do anything to undead. Okay, stop resting. We'll save. Go train our warriors, our fighters. No. Okay. So Paris has 28. Maximum hit points he can get per level is 12. So the maximum he could end up with 40. We need to start getting good rolls with him. And we did. That's very good. Roland, his constitution is 12, so the maximum he could get is 10. So the maximum he could end up with is 42. It's okay. 38. We'll take it. His constitution is 16. Marlin, so the maximum he could get is 12, which would be 51 max. He gets 46. So as you can see, usually what happens is they end up your bad rolls. This law of average. I mean, even if you get bad rolls on some, good rolls on others, they'll usually even out. Okay, so Rolf, I think his level, yeah, it's going to be in fighter. He's got 28. He ends up with 33, so he got a good roll. So that's good. So what we're going to do now is add Skull Crusher. Alright, now we have, like I said before, we have to be very careful not to accidentally end up going next to the city council building. So we want to go around this way just to be sure we don't mess up. Get in that habit at this point in the game. We want Skull Crusher. Dirt and they're very helpful. Okay, so now you can see with our hit point situation with our fighters, if they get hit by a white, we'll just use a scroll. They won't lose much experience at all when we restore them. Okay, so to clear out the Cadorna Textile, I usually go to this entrance. And I want to save those scrolls if I can, but if we have to use one or two, it won't matter. Alright, so we're going to go to search mode and look. Okay, scorpions. We know what they can do. We're all too familiar with that. Armor classes too. We're going to delay. Okay, we're going to guard so we get a free attack when they move. Up. Okay, at least Rolf didn't die. It's a little bit of a risky move. Okay. So let's head back. Raise our dead characters. That's what I'm talking about the economy. If you play it without reloading constantly, it's not as broken as you would think. So here again, we've got to be careful not to go adjacent to the council building, to City Hall. So let's gold could be a little bit of an issue. Let's go up here, make it a little bit faster. Alright, so yes we do. Alright, so let's heal. Let's neutralize poison. Yes. Then we need to neutralize poison. No. Heal. Neutralize poison. One good thing about that is Roland, so he's going to go back down to 15 again. So he's going to lose some hit points, but okay, so we're going to raise dead. See if we have enough. No, we don't have enough money. Okay, so let's exit. Let's share. Appraise. Gems, 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 gems. Pull. Take. We still don't have enough. So let's just take all the gems on. Okay. Appraise all of our gems. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. Pull. Heal. Roland. Raise dead. Yes. Not enough money, so we gotta take more gems. Okay. Praise gems. Probably take all. I'm sure it's gonna take more than all of them. Pull. Heal. Raise dead. Yes. Okay, so Roland's back. What's Roland's? Okay, so it didn't matter with Roland because he had 12 Constitution before. I missed, but I was thinking of Marlon. With him having 12 Constitution before, losing that 1 point's not going to make any difference at all. And with Sylvia, she's going to lose a point of Constitution, but we're not too worried about her hit points. She's been rolling really well anyway. Okay, so we need to take jewelry. Let's praise jewelry. Need one more probably. Pull, take. Almost enough. Okay, that should give us some. Ooh, don't want to do that. Go back. Yes. Okay, pull, take. Okay, so heal. Raise dead. Yes. Okay, so now we want to share. Okay. Exit. Careful not to go by the city hall. You really got to be mindful of that because it's easy to do. Forget and then end up losing Skull Crusher. Okay, so bash, camp, let's memorize spells, stinking cloud, magic missile, memorize stinking cloud, I believe. Let's get all our hit points back. You hate to lose a point of constitution, but it's not the end of the world. It's one of them things. Losing that, like I said, losing the 1 point on Roland doesn't make any difference. Losing the 1 point on Sylvia is not going to make a world of difference. Because we're not going to keep her anyway past Pull Radiance and the Curse of the Azure Bonds. Not gonna matter. Go off sleep mode. Or search, I'm sorry, search mode. Sleep mode. Alright, head on back over here to where we were. Go into search mode. Okay, frogs. This shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Safer if you try to remember to unequip your bow and make sure that you have your shield to give you a little more armor class. Get concerned there for a minute. Let's see, so let's cast Stinking Cloud. Not sure if I can reach where I want to reach Stinking Cloud from here. Cast Magic Missile. These frogs can be deadly too because they're poison. In case that happens again, I'm going to go back to Mendor's library where we can safely rest and memorize a sleep spell just in case of the frogs. Let's be safe. Probably. Let's give her a sleep spell too. Just to make sure we're covered. Because those frogs can kill you just like the scorpions can. They're just not quite as likely to hit you because they're lower hit dice creatures. Okay, so here we go. We've got Undead Patrol. Okay, so we got, looks like we have a white. I don't know if Magic Missile can reach. Guard. Okay, didn't hit us. We hit him. So let's roll. Move dirt up and turn undead. So unready, unready, and ready the bow. No, we gotta have magical arrows to hit him. You take that white down quick. Okay, so how much? Might be able to take him down with a magic missile. Yep. Turn undead. And I think in first edition was like second edition where non where edged weapons only do half damage to skeletons, so that maces and flails and blunt weapons, quarterstaffs, that sort of thing will do more damage to a skeleton. I think on the flip side, it's just the opposite with the zombies. Let's see, delay. That wasn't exactly intentional. Okay, so let's go here and memorize some spells. Got some more. Got one white. Now the reason I can tell that is because I'm looking at the hit points on my map, on my Gold Box Companion map. Get rid of, unequip that short bow. Let's move up and put them in guard. So when that white comes up, we can get free hits on them. No, let's see, guard. Okay, and then we're gonna turn undead. Okay, yeah, the magic missile has a pretty good range. Hit him for 10 points. Okay, he should be about down now. Yeah, he's got 1 hit point left. Burton. Let's try to turn undead. Okay, so he turned to white, so when he turns around and runs, he's probably going to get killed. If you don't kill him first, which he did. Still don't have anybody close to level, and the Durton's getting close. Yeah, they got undead running all over the place. Having 18 strengths really helped Rolf make more of a contribution to battles. One thing I wish that Polar Radiance had talking about Rolf and Thieves is I really wish that this game implemented half orcs. I always liked half orc fighter thieves because they had capable of 19 strength, 19 constitution. You could really backstab with a half orc thief for some massive damage. But for whatever reason, they didn't. Even though half orcs existed in first edition, they didn't implement them into this game, and I'm not sure why. It was not that difficult. Maybe they did it for play balance. I'm not sure. All right, so let's go right up to this wall here, and if we go right up to the wall and then look in search mode, probably won't have to deal with as many enemies. Let's see. Well, yeah, they're kind of, but they're already adjacent to us, so we might be able to hit them quicker and get the white down faster. Let's move up and turn undead. Let's cast magic missile on that white. Only did 5 points. The white hadn't moved yet. Let's try to turn undead with dirt and he got the white. That's good. And the white didn't hit us. He had to turn around because he had no path to escape. Okay, the white's down. Let's just quick combat everybody else because at this point shouldn't be very tough. Getting kind of low on hit points. Gonna have to fix that. Ah, figured that was coming. No biggie. Just really neat experience from this fight. Which I bandaged, so no big deal. Alright. So let's turn off our search. Let's head back to the library. Recover all our hit points back. And Durton's got a lower dexterity than the rest of everybody, so he's going to get hit more often than the others. So let's back up one square and try this. And that looks like one. Nope, there they are. Another undead patrol. Let's get that short bow unequipped and get our sword and our shield ready to go. Guard. Guard. Cast magic missile. 9 points, that's good. Let's get him up there and turn some undead. So I can either turn undead, or I could cast magic missile. Let's turn undead. Okay, that was a good move because it turned the white. Don't really want Durton or Anlin to be the ones, or Sylvia for that matter, to be the ones to make contact with that white up there. Skull Crusher wouldn't be the best one either. Want one with that's not near, that's hasn't earned that many experience points. Okay, let's just throw a magic missile at that white. Okay, he's almost down. Oops. Wrong spell. No biggie though. Magic missile. Just enough to put him down. rest of them in. Paralyzed. Shouldn't be a big deal. Bandage. Okay, stop resting. We'll just save it. Okay, another skeletal force. Okay, we got one white up there. Turn undead. This is what I like to buy. Got most of the skeletons. Smooth skull crusher. Guard. Magic missile. Let's turn undead. Alright, she got the white. Use Paris to go up there and engage the white because he was the has the best armor class. Okay. All right. Should be getting fairly close. Clearing out all these encounters. Another undead patrol. Got to move Sylvia a little bit closer and let's turn undead. Yep, got them all. Uh-oh. Should run away anyway. At least the goals are hitting us, not the white. damage. Non-magical arrows are not going to do crap. Rolls. Yeah, I don't want him to take a chance on him getting level drain. There we go. More hit points back. Okay. Okay, looks like we're through all the random encounters, so let's finish mapping this out. Okay, you find a page from a diary and place it in your journal under journal entry 11. Journal entry 11. 11. A mangled page of fine paper with the entries written in a very fine hand. He is livid about the undead coming out of Fallingham graveyard. 3 times he has sent assault groups, 3 times none have returned. He does not send any of the priests to Bane to clear the graveyard. He assumes that if a priest could wrest control of the undead from the current master, that the priest would then become a threat to his power. I suggest that if we can neutralize the power that leads the undead, that we could then use the undead as a tool. He thought on this, whatever that means. I guess they meant he thought on this and then ordered me to find out who or what is in control of Buckingham Graveyard. Preliminary investigation shows that the graveyard is still controlled by a being of great power, perhaps a vampire or a demon. I shall spend a few scouts and low-level priests to find out more information. So that's pretty good information there. Mm, at least we know where all these undead and the textile houses come from. It's not really a place you'd expect to see a lot of undead. Mm, leave. We don't want to go back down there. We have no need to now. Okay. Would love to finish mapping this out to wrap this episode up. So let's finish that. Then we'll be traveling across the river to clear out the Cobble Mansion and the wealthy area and the temple. And then we can, after that, we can start going out to the wilderness area and get level 5 on our mages. And that's significant. You'll see why when we do that. Well, I can't go through that door. Stuck, maybe. Okay. You are in a deteriorated building. When you enter, a few faded, moth-eaten tapestries flutter mournfully. Hobgoblins. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. So there's still a section over in the southeast corner that we haven't mapped. All done. Alright, so let's turn off search mode. Let's head back out to the library. Again, don't forget to be mindful of Skull Crusher. We need to be sure that we remove him from the party before we go to the City Hall. Okay, so we're going to go up here. Yes, and we're going to remove, not drop, remove Skull Crusher. Begin adventuring, and we're going to go out, head back to the City Hall after we bring it to daylight. See if it gives us anything for clearing the textile house. Okay, yes. There's a reward for clearing the Cadorna textile house. Here's your reward. 178. Okay, so we got the thieves, we got the nomads, we got the kobolds, and that's still it. So, well, so let's go consolidate. No, we don't want any healing yet anyway. So yes, pull, buy, darts. Okay. Join. Okay, we don't have anybody yet that can level. Let's look at our items. Let's see. Broadsword. Broadsword plus 1 on rolling gives him 2d4 plus 4. And rolling's 1d8 plus 4. So the broadsword's a little bit better. So we don't really need that long sword anymore. So we're going to sell it. Pull, share. Alright, so down here, let's go to N. Yes. Let's get rid of magic missile and replace it with sleep. Cast. Cast. Memorize. Sleep. Sleep. Okay. Rest. Oh. I think I'm gonna do before I end the episode, I'm gonna go ahead and go pick up Skull Crusher again. And there he is. He is a level 4 fighter. Paris is level 5, and he's got the same number of hit points as he does. So you can see Skull Crusher is going to a level 8. It's a pretty strong character. That's what makes him worth the trouble of doing this. Alright, so let's... The next area we will be going to is the wealthy area and the Temple of Bane. We may clear the wealthy area first and then come back to the civilized area to drop Durton, so we don't have to leave him behind in the temple, because we like to keep him the rest of the game. We'll probably end up doing that, but we'll decide for sure when we're... So we're gonna go this way. No, no. Go up here to the thief training room, even though train right now. Alright, we'll stop right here. Let's save it. Like I said before, I always try to save in 3 slots. Okay, so we are going to wrap it up right here after we cleared Cadorna Textile House, and we've got Skull Crusher in our party now. And next time we'll be heading up to the other areas in Flan that's located across the river. So look forward to joining you guys again when we do that, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you very much for joining me.